Hey guys, how's it going? So, we have things like Dr. Seuss that recently got canceled. I didn't make a video about it because I honestly just didn't have time to do it. I am sorry about that, but we could talk about it now, especially with them trying to cancel Pepe Le Pew and Speedy Gonzales for being racist, I guess. Even though aren't French people white, I guess? I don't know. He's apparently perpetuating that culture. You can read it right here. I'm not going to say it out loud. Unfortunately. But yes, apparently that is what's going on. And it is just so ridiculous. These people live to destroy. They were people that never could create anything. They're probably failed artists in some way, shape, or form. That's just the way it is. These people are legitimately failed artists, failed art culture people, failed musicians, failed movie screenplay writers, or, actors or something along those lines. And because they're mad, because they're angry about not being able to make it and work hard enough to create something worthy of the people, they have to destroy everything from the past. Now, I'm not going to sit here and say that, oh, this is definitely 100% family friendly or something like that. Maybe times have changed to where that's not as okay anymore. Maybe people look at it as a whole and they're like, you know what? Maybe this isn't meant for children. That's fine. I get it. Honestly, it's really entirely up to the parent. But you know what? Why is it that adults can't still watch it? Why is it that we have to destroy it? You do understand that this is the history of our animation process and essentially the entire digital age. This is one of the very first animated cartoons to appear on TV. And yet, you just want to completely destroy it from history? Just make it not exist? I mean, to me, that's just psychotic, honestly. We can look back and see what our culture was like, and see how much we've at least advanced forward. That seems like something that we should be celebrating in general. Usually when people progress forward and they say, hey, you know what, maybe this was a little wrong, we don't destroy the things that we deem to be wrong. I mean, there's a reason why Mein Kampf still exists, right? So we can look back and see, yeah, this was the mind of Hitler. We can look back and see literally into his head, because that was his thoughts written out. And it's kind of a neat thing to do, to be like, how can we, how did the most psychotic person in history tick? How did he work? Why did he think the way he did? What was going on there? But this new regression kind of Democratic Party that we have here, I guess the regressive left in general, doesn't want that. They don't want progress. They say they want progress, but they don't. Because they're not leaving anything for our next generation to learn from. Things that are bad need to be shown. I have never, oh my God, we've debunked this so many times throughout history, essentially. I say history, recent history. Throughout the 90s. Literally, since video games came out, we had the extreme right-wing Christians sitting there wanting to cancel video games because they turn your brain to mush and they make children Satanists and kill people. And we have legitimately been battling that out for a long time, saying, no, that doesn't happen that way. It's not real. Since, well, I guess the late 80s, actually. Not really the early 90s, but the late 80s. And still to this day, we have idiots trying to cancel video games and cartoons. And it's amazing how it's just flipped, right? These people were like, oh, well, you know what? We're going to fight against it until my side says that it's no longer cool. What a bunch of sheep. Honestly, can nobody be, I guess this is why these people have to form their own, crazy psychotic gender names. Celestial unicorn gender or some crap like that. You know what I mean? It's just kind of ridiculous because they're so incapable of being their own original person, that they have to try and come up with labels just to try and differentiate each other. Because like I said, they're completely incapable of being original and creating anything for themselves. They don't have any skills in any way, shape, or form. They don't have a job. They do nothing but they sit all day long and somehow have managed to find themselves in control of technology. They've made themselves the majority on Twitter, that's for sure. They've made themselves the majority on most tech sites. And it's really sad, which is why you guys should absolutely download Parler. Seriously. I know a lot of people are like, hey, they're not actual free speech. Man, Parler's got rules too. They've got rules too. Okay? The reason why I like Parler is because they enforce their rules fairly. They're not biased. It's not Gab where you can just type out whatever you want. I get that. If that's your, if that's what you want to do, go to Gab. But honestly, Gab's algorithm is kind of garbage, in my opinion. No offense to Gab, but nobody sees my stuff on Gab. On that same note, too, y'all want to claim to be anti-censorship and use Gab. Look, Gab bans left-wing people for being left-wing. That's not okay. That is not okay. I get that people on here are like, nah, Gab's better, man, but I'm sorry. I'm not going to back anybody who is biased like that. I'm just not going to do it. Yes, are they biased in my favor? Absolutely. I would never get banned on Gab. I could post whatever I wanted. I don't care about that. It's the principle that counts. Don't ban left-wing people. It's ridiculous. I want to have conversations with these people. I don't want them to be banned off the internet. One of these days, I have a feeling that, I won't say extreme right-wingism, but I have a feeling that some hard right-wing politics is going to take over. And they're going to take over on the internet. They're going to take over at our banks. They're going to take over everywhere else. In our politics and everything. And the left is going to start getting oppressed. Just like what they're doing to the right wing right now. And yes, the left wing will deserve it, but that's not what I want. We need to gain control and make it fair for everyone. I'm not going to be able to help myself from making fun of the left whenever they start getting canceled, which they are starting to get canceled themselves. I will make fun of them and say, now this is exactly what we talked about and you didn't listen. This is exactly what we talked about and now you're the one being oppressed. How's that feel? Yeah, that's going to suck for them. And I will laugh a bit. Not going to lie. But in the end, I will fight for them and say, hey, they don't need to be silenced now. Come on. You know? They need to be allowed to speak. But I do want them to get a little bit of a taste. The vengeful part of me does want them to get a little bit of a taste. They will, too. They really will. Speaking of which, what is this? Facebook under investigation for systemic racial discrimination practices. Wow, who could have guessed? I'm guessing that they're probably being incredibly... Well, we'll pull it up. Maybe I'll do a video about it later. Anyway, Speedy Gonzales. Pepe Le Pew... Pepe Le Pew and Speedy Gonzales are being canceled by Twitter. No one has ever had a problem with them, and if you try to cancel Speedy, everyone in Mexico will effing despise you, so please shut up. That's the thing. Speedy Gonzales is actually really, really popular in Mexico. Very, very popular. And as a matter of fact, I know a couple Mexican guys that I've been friends with since childhood. I haven't talked to them in a little while. I probably need to message them, see what's up. I won't say their names, of course, but they would always wear Speedy Gonzales shirts to school and stuff, and they were big fans. They grew up on it. It's funny because it's culture that laughs at them that they can laugh with. Because they can relate to, oh yeah, I have an uncle that's like this, or I have a, family member that kind of acts like that in some way, shape, or form. It's not like Looney Tunes didn't make fun of stupid redneck white people. Elmer Fudd? Are you kidding me? Come on. Yosemite Sam? Making fun of Texans? Looney Tunes, I would say, is pretty progressive, right? They made fun of everybody. They made fun of the New Yorkers. The Yankees. They made fun of a lot of people. You can find it on their show. They made fun of every single culture. But the left comes out and says, well, that's okay that they made fun of Yosemite Sam and Elmer Fudd and God, who's the crazy businessy New York guy? I'm not even gonna look it up right now. I don't care. I don't have much time. So they made fun of all that, and the left doesn't care. They're like, that's cool. That's totally cool. But then they make fun of a different culture, and it's like, no, that's wrong. Why? I can tell you this: Mexico is not marginalized in Mexico. China is not marginalized in China. Japan is not marginalized in Japan. I mean, it's ridiculous to sit here and think that these people that are left-wing in the United States legitimately think that every single minority in the United States is also a minority in their own country. It's kind of ridiculous. As if, they aren't watching these shows in their own country. It's just amazing. Oh my God, I really don't know how to tell you this, but no Mexican that I know growing up like Speedy Gonzales. I don't care about who you know. People I know do. It's not about what you know, it's about ratings. Look at the full-fledged ratings overall. Not only Mexicans didn't like it, but all the Latinos didn't like it either. Sorry for the bad news. I guess you don't know Latinos. This is so stupid. Because why would Looney Tunes even remotely do well in Mexico? Seriously, I'm curious. I'm just, I'd like to see the Looney Tunes. Let's see. 7.4. Are these Mexican ratings? Tune shows. Oh, demand of all school titles. Okay. Gotcha. In Mexico. There we go. What year is this? Oh, this is just the last 60 days? Good God. Yeah, I'm sure. Yeah, they really hate it there. They really, really hate it. Let's see. Let's see here. Can I find ratings? No. Kid Speedy Gonzales sticking to Donald Trump, April 6, 2016. Wow. So apparently he was good. With Mexico's own beloved filmmaker, actor, voicing the mouse in Oh, I didn't know that. So it legitimately was a famous Mexican man that's voiced Speedy Gonzales. I did not know that. All right. In Mexico, we grew up watching Speedy Gonzales. Derbez told Headline, he was like a superhero to us, or maybe more like a revolutionario, or... yeah, okay, so there we go. Okay, so here's an entire article on it as to why. You are wrong. I always like finding stuff like that. But it's just ridiculous. It's absolutely ridiculous. I mean, look at this. Speedy Gonzales started out as a character in a cartoon before animators Friz Freleng and Holly Pratt introduced him in an animated short of his own in 1955. Then the legendary Mel Blanc voiced the mouse. That short, which also featured Looney Tunes' Sylvester the Cat, ending up winning the Academy Award for Best Short Subject. I mean, that's kind of crazy to think about that. There are Mexican people here saying that he was like a superhero to him. I mean, come on, guys. This is just ridiculous. And I don't even really want to get into Pepe Le Pew. It's just hilarious. He is the absolute most hilarious character in all of Looney Tunes, in my opinion. I love him. I think he's freaking funny. I don't know. Pepe Le Pew is Dr. Seuss compared to Hunter Biden. What? Are you serious? Every time I see you on timeline, you look beautiful. You must break the heart of boys. Bye for now. What? I am confused by this whole thing. Pepe Le Pew has a lot of problems right now. Didn't they mean Pepe Le Pew is Wait, is Dr. Seuss compared to Hunter Biden? I see what they're saying. I get it, okay. I went over my head for a second. I see what they're saying. Pepe Le Pew is a saint compared to Hunter Biden is essentially what they're saying there. It took me a second to realize it because, you know, the thing about it is the reason why it confused me is because the left hates Dr. Seuss. And so if they're saying Pepe Le Pew is Dr. Seuss because now Dr. Seuss is all evil, and then I thought they were calling Hunter Biden a saint. So, okay, I get it now. Sorry, guys. That's all I really wanted to say about all this. This is ridiculous. Obviously, Speedy Gonzales is very popular in Mexico. Obviously, Mexicans love him more than they hate him. So, you know what? When it comes to the racial thing, you guys lose again. And when it comes to the whole rape culture thing, I guess I'll go ahead and say it now that it's towards the end of the video. Pepe Le Pew, guess what? Just to let you all in on a little secret, it's a joke! Anyway, thank you guys so much for watching. Please like, subscribe, and share, and I'll see you all in the next one. Later.